Hey, I'm Roger Parent, aka Chief Marketing Dad. So let's talk about ethical e-commerce practices or ethical e-commerce marketing. So there's a lot of garbage out there. And how do we market to people effectively in an ethical way? I think it is what we're trying to do as marketers, if we're trying to get in the head of the consumers and solve a problem that they're having or inspire them in some way to purchase one of our products. Now, some companies can take this too far. You might have heard of like black hat marketing versus gray hat versus white hat. White hat marketing, or is typically referred to as white hat SEO, but I'm going to lump it in with all marketing. White hat marketing is like moral marketing. It's where you are honest about your product. You're not crazy filtering your reviews, and you're just trying to be the best you can be. And it's basically the moral marketing. Black hat marketing is very manipulative marketing. Like you're doing things that are against search guidelines. You are maybe misrepresenting your product. You are, and I think you're doing manipulative things to just sell the product that may piss off the consumer. But there is this gray hat in the middle where sometimes you're doing some manipulation, but in like a semi-ethical way. And there's this, it's known as gray hat marketing because it's really like undefined, or it could be a really big gray area. So what are some of the practices around what would make marketing ethical versus unethical? Ethical to me is if you get a bunch of reviews in, and let's just say you get 100 reviews in and 20 are negative. Some brands will just they'll go through an approval process and they'll just decline anyone that speaks badly about their product so that they're always 5 stars. I personally see this as unethical. The right thing to do would be to approach every one of those 20 customers, make it right, and show the journey within the review of someone saying, I actually changed my review because I've worked with the company and they were awesome, right? But because so many people outsource their customer service, they don't quite have the ability to do that, or they're afraid of losing margin. So that's why a 4.8 stars or 4.7 star review actually improves conversion rate over a 5-star review. It's because so many people have done this and they've tried to manipulate. And so the consumers begun distrusting them, as they should. People distrust 5-star reviews for that reason, all 5-star reviews. Another unethical thing is, misrepresenting the product, saying that it has features that it doesn't actually have, or, you see this in food commercials all the time. Like, that is not what a Big Mac looks like at McDonald's. Like when you actually get it, right? They like set it up in a way that it's just completely unrealistic. I see that as generally unethical because it's just not the burger you're getting when you go to McDonald's. So what is ethical? It's being honest, and it's striving to be better every day. And I think consumers will respond well to that if you have a good product. Now, most of the people get pushed to being unethical because they don't have a good product and they're trying to sell kind of snake oil to people. And I just think as a consumer, it's important to see through that. And the audience has largely been trained now to be able to see through that. But hey, sometimes it's okay to sell cheap stuff. Look at Walmart, right? But Walmart doesn't act like they are, some elevated high-end brand. They say, hey, here's where you get your cheap stuff. If you need something cheap, yes, it's not going to last you 20 years, but you'll get it for a third of the price of everywhere else, right? That's like sort of Walmart's superpower, but they're honest about it, right? And that's how we think of them, is that it's all about rollback and sales and all that. So yeah, I think it's important to be ethical in marketing, and especially e-commerce, and make sure that you're representing the product properly. And I think these days people are really bringing their social content into the websites so that they can provide a more authentic experience on site with apps like VideoWise. So yeah, be ethical, do things right, and the consumer base will reward you for that.